Hi, everyone. I'm Jean Mack, and thank you so much for joining us. We want to get you all geared up for the WMUR statewide blood drive coming your way on Friday, June 3rd, and we hope so many of you will participate. We are working closely, like we do every year, with the American Red Cross, and joining us today is Dr. Jorge Rios, the Red Cross Regional Medical Director. Doctor, thank you so much for your time. We know this is a really important topic.
You're welcome.
So first of all, this is coming up on Friday, so people have a little time to plan. But the first message we want to get out are so needed as we enter the summer season.
Correct. People sometimes forget about giving blood in the summer. They take time off to spend time with their family members or to travel. But the need for a transfusion for a patient needing blood, it's every day of the week, including the summer.
So when you give blood at one of the blood drives in New Hampshire, where does that blood go?
The processing lab is located in Dedham next to Boston, Massachusetts. And then the blood will distribute it all across New England, including New Hampshire, for the patient who needed it first. So it's distributed across the region. It will stay in New England, but whoever needs the blood first will get it.
And we should point out that when the blood drive opens up on Friday, we have 5 locations that you can make an appointment for. They are in Concord, Laconia, Manchester, Peterborough, and Portsmouth. Now, I'm told that the biggest spots that we have are in Manchester and Portsmouth, and they have lots of appointments open right now. Can you tell us why it's important now? We're not really doing walk-ins, why you need to make an appointment and think about this ahead of time.
Yes, we want to bring the right number of staff members so there'll be no delays in processing a donor. So we encourage anybody who can make an appointment either by calling 1-800-RED CROSS or going to the webpage or our app to make the appointment now, so we know how many bags to bring, how many staff members to bring from other states, in addition to the New Hampshire staff. So the experience could be the better experience for anybody giving blood that day, next week.
So tell us, what are the qualifications? What do you need to, what age do you need to be? What qualifications do you need to meet in order to donate blood?
The minimum age is 17 without parental consent. Anybody age 16 could be a blood donor. He or she will need to get parental consent. There's no maximum age. So basically anybody of any age could be a blood donor over about 16 or above. The minimum weight is 110 pounds. And the bottom line, you have to be feeling well that day. It's a subjective measurement, but you gotta be feeling well that day in order to give. And finally, we need some sort of ID. It could be a school ID card and driver's license to make sure the identity is correct. So 110 pounds, 16 and above, and feeling well that day.
And feeling well, and you're going to make a lot of other people feel well if you donate blood. I just want to go through the process a little bit for people who might be new to this, that when you show up, you register, you go through a health history, they'll have your temperature checked and your iron checked, and then you get to the donation part, right?
Correct, yes. So there's 3 parts to this. Registration, we take your name and address. There's a mini physical exam. By that I mean, we're going to measure your blood pressure and your temperature and your pulse, and measure your hemoglobin, your iron, to make sure you're okay. And then right after, we do some questions regarding your overall health status. Then we proceed to the second part, the proper collection. That could take maybe 7 minutes with the needle in the vein. And afterwards, we ask the donors to go to the canteen, eat some cookies, drink some juice. And they could stay there, maybe advise them to stay there maybe 10 to 15 minutes to make sure they're okay to go back home. And we, of course, tell people, you gotta rest that afternoon, don't do anything heavy. No heavy exercise. You could drive a car, but take it easy at least for the rest of the day.
So you really need to segment out, about an hour and 15 minutes of your day, even though you might be only spending 8 to 10 minutes actually donating blood. It's really important to have those refreshments afterward, give yourself a pat on the back, and, make sure everything's okay before you head out the door.
Correct, and then, drink plenty of fluids before coming to the blood drive, and in your mindset, try to take it easy. I know we're somewhat stressed out in this day and age, but try to relax before you get there, make the time before going there comfortable. And then you're gonna leave knowing that you save up to the life of 3 people by giving anything blood that could not be making a lab. So it's a life-saving donation to 3 people. So that's the better feeling you could have after giving blood.
Yeah, it's just amazing to think that. And the tragedy that we've seen at the school shooting in Texas, the immediate aftermath that we saw was the immediate emergency need for blood, which you never really know exactly when that's going to happen. And we've seen towns near the shooting sent in hundreds and hundreds of pints of blood to help out, and they are replenishing their supply in Texas right now. We always want to have a supply on hand in New Hampshire and across the region.
Yes, an emergency could happen anywhere at any time. And the blood that was collected maybe 2 days ago is the one that's going to save the life of a patient today in an emergency. So it's important to keep the pace of giving blood. Everybody to consider at least giving blood once a year. We have to have those donors coming each and every day, including Saturdays and Sundays and holidays, to keep the inventory well stocked for any local or national emergency.
Yeah, and we should send out a big thank you to the regular blood donors, and you know who you are out there and you know why you do it, but huge debt of gratitude to people who give regularly throughout the year. We just really want to stock up the supply for summertime to help our neighbors who could be in need. Can we talk a little bit about the COVID situation? What if you think you may have COVID? What if you don't know if you've ever had it? Could you donate plasma to help people hospitalized with COVID? How does that work?
Okay, anybody who recovered from COVID at least 10 days ago could be a blood donor. So having COVID in the past will not preclude you from being able to be a blood donor if you're feeling well. Anybody who got vaccinated with the COVID vaccines could be a blood donor. Right now, we're testing all donations for the presence of the antibodies against COVID. So we could make the plasma that could be used for certain patients, the ones that are heavily immunosuppressed, like cancer patients, that would not respond to a vaccine. So they need to get those antibodies from a volunteer donor. So we're doing that on a limited basis, but for every blood donor giving blood to the Red Cross. And we try to keep social distancing in the Red Cross. The use of masks by our staff or volunteer donors is not mandated. We do clean the surfaces between each donor. All the needles are single use. We use them, discard them. So we try to be COVID safe and conscious. And then again, being vaccinated is not a reason for not being able to give. And having COVID is not a reason for not being able to give. If you recover and you're feeling well, you could be a blood donor.
Yeah, that's really good to hear. I just want to read this to you because this is actually really eye-opening, saying in New Hampshire, the Red Cross really needs to collect 165 pints of whole blood every single day to meet patient demand. That's more than 1,000 Granite State donors rolling up their sleeves each and every week. That's a lot of people giving.
Yes, indeed, and consider only about 4% of the population will give blood in the nation and in the state. So it's more difficult to recruit donors, and only a small portion of the population is helping each and every one of us because we could need a transfusion at every moment. So I do encourage anybody, even somebody that never considered giving blood, to at least try it once a year, maybe this summer, maybe around their birthdays, but at least give it a try once, see how it goes. And if it goes well, as it will go, then they could continue giving blood maybe once or twice a year. But we need donors each and every day, as I mentioned before, including holidays. We're open almost every holiday of the year to collect blood.
And what a wonderful way to give back and to give to your community, to give to people you may not even know, because it is free to you except for your time, and you really can save a life, make a huge difference, right, doctor?
Yes, and there's no artificial blood. People think in this day and age of high-level science, you can make blood in a lab. That's not the case. It has to come from a healthy volunteer donor to a patient in need. And some of these components, these blood components, like platelets, they only last 5 days. So we have to collect the platelets every day of the week, every day of the year, to be able to have the platelets ready for somebody bleeding, let's say in an accident, across the state of New Hampshire.
Yeah, no substitute for human blood. I just want to read out the locations one more time. And once again, this is the WMUR statewide blood drive coming up on Friday, June 3rd with the American Red Cross. We have 5 locations that you can make appointments at. They are in Concord at the IBEW on Airport Road, in Laconia, at Levitt Park, in Manchester, at Quirk Kia, that's on South Porter Street, in Peterborough at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints on Old Bennington Road, and and Portsmouth on the community campus on Campus Drive. And in order to register, to learn more about this, whether you want to do it now, before the blood drive, after the blood drive, please head to redcrossblood.org and you'll find the blood drive box. You just type in WMUR and you'll quickly and easily find locations for our blood drive, and you can make an appointment.
Indeed.
That is terrific. Well, we thank you to you, Doctor, to the Red Cross, to everyone who donates. We hope people will turn out and take care of their fellow Granite Staters. And we'll see you on Friday for the WMUR statewide blood drive. Thanks, Doctor, and thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Have a good day.